Hello and welcome once again to the Land Rover Toolbox videos. Today we're going to continue and look at Evans waterless engine coolants. Water is one of the most efficient heat transfer agents that one can use in a liquid cooled engine. However, it comes with problems. Up till recently, ethylene glycol has been used to stop the water from freezing, and also antifreeze will have corrosion inhibitors in it to stop the engine from corroding from oxidization. Antifreeze solution also stops cavitation, which is air bubbles in the system which cause damage. The inherent weakness with ethylene glycol and monoethylene glycol is the corrosion inhibitors wear out, which require the strength being checked throughout its service life and either needs to be changed every 2 or 5 years respectively on what product you use. To stop the water from causing the steam within the engine, the system has to be pressurized. This itself produces problems as well. Ethylene glycol is also toxic. Evans, however, has provided a different solution which gets round most of the problems that we see with liquid cooled engines or water cooled engines. As Evans so rightly states, removing the water from the cooling system will remove the problems.
One's Phil Bayliss.
And tell me what you got and why you use Evans.
We've got a TD5 Tune Racing Defender and we're having trouble with the cooling system, running pressurised and obviously getting hot because of the performance package we've got on it. Recommended Evans coolant because it doesn't pressurise and it runs up to 180 degrees in temperature. So we put it in and it's miracle stuff. We can run up to 120 degrees in temperature in extreme conditions if we need to and not worry that it's going to boil over or pressurise, and it's cured all of our problems of it running hot. It still runs hot, but we've got no worry of bursting pipes, radiators, losing the coolant, and it's brilliant stuff.
What Phil's talking about is the power cool, which is for performance racing, and as he says, it doesn't boil to 180 degrees centigrade. Okay, so the benefits basically are eliminating overheating, and it reduces pressure because there's very little pressure with this system, prevents corrosion, increases BHP by improving combustion by efficiency, cavitation, which comes under the title of erosion where air bubbles will cause damage, that's actually eliminated, antifreeze protection is down to -40 and it's non-toxic surprisingly.
We have had it on the gauge up to 120 degrees, that's where the gauge stops, and it was still fine. We didn't lose an ounce of coolant. It does what it says on the tin, so yeah.
Okay, well if you want to know more in depth about technical specs on this, they do a PDF on each of the products on the website just here, which you can download and read the data sheet. With regards to performance related Land Rover products and using Evans cooling, get in contact with Alive Tuning at alivetuning.com. Basically, Evans supply quite a wide range of waterless cooling solutions for different types of systems and engines, and there's a wide variety for your Land Rovers. Paddock spares and accessories, mail order Land Rover parts, stock a wider range of Evans cooling products, so check them out. LRTV have already used some of this stuff on a Land Rover 90 Defender, so check out.
Hi, my name's Ian, this is my Land Rover 90. It's been running Evans waterless coolant now for 2 weeks, long and short journeys with just general duties. It's performed faultlessly, it warms up quickly, it sits exactly where you'd expect it to on the temperature gauge. Very happy with it, can't fault the product at all.
Okay, well this is actually Ian's 90 with a 200 TDI engine. Unfortunately it's not straightforward and there is a process involved before you put Evans into your system. Basically what's involved is getting your vehicle and draining the fluid out. Before you fit the power cool in, which is this nice amber liquid, you need to be able to prep the engine. This waterless cooling solution is absolutely waterless, so it's required that all the fluid, the antifreeze that was in there, to be removed. This is done with the prep fluid seen here. This is hydroscopic, which will draw out any fluid left in. First of all, the old antifreeze needs to be removed, and this can actually be quite a messy job. What we've done here is break a pipe to drain the radiator, and we've taken the bung out of the block. To work correctly, the prep fluid needs to be heated up to engine temperature with the engine running. If you leave it in there for longer, that's fine. Apparently that will clear the scale out of older engines and the cooling system. So what Ian's doing here is running it, getting the engine hot, running it about, and then afterwards we'll get back and we'll drain the fluid out. Okay, I will say that you don't have to drive on Comp Safari to take advantage of this. This is for longevity. Once it's in there, you can leave it and forget about it. This solution is for any vehicle that has a water system in it, and for proud owners like Ian who look after their vehicle, this is an ideal solution. Okay, so after a long joyride, Ian's actually returned. Just to confirm on his Defender temperature gauge, which isn't the most accurate, it is actually sitting where it should be. So it's back in the workshop, let the engine cool down, and you should know this never work on a hot cooling system, otherwise you get scolded. Same process, and what we're doing is making sure we've got as much of this flushing fluid out as possible. This is almost the same as the solution that's going in here, but what we're doing is draining it out as much as we can get out. The prep fluid is actually non-toxic. However, if you're going to dispose of this, because it will have antifreeze in it, it needs to go to a waste site, which you'll have to contact your local county council about this. We've also got a little bit of cleaning up to do in the pit because it can be a messy job draining out. Okay, so it's a matter of just putting the fresh fluid in and topping it up, making sure there's no air in the system. With a radiator, quite commonly there's a bung on the top of it which will let your air out. This is also a convenient way of filling the radiator and the engine up to level quite quickly. Just to get the level a bit higher, using the expansion tank to fill it up, and once it's come to the level at top of the bung on the radiator, it then can be capped off, either by socket or in this case an Allen key. Okay, so we've got a level, and that will probably need topping up again once the engine's run through. Most important thing supplied with the solution is some stickers telling you not to add any water, and this is just a reminder because it doesn't take water. Okay, but the thing is here that your system needs to be in good condition to use this, because once it's in you won't need to touch it. It's a solution that is there for a lifetime, and they're saying that it's 20 years. The engine will run at normal operating temperature in all conditions, it doesn't boil, and the hoses will be soft since there's very little pressure in the system. The bonus of not having much pressure in the system means that it takes the strain off components. Ian's vehicle recently has had a new radiator fitted. The hoses are in good condition as well since they were changed for the 200 TDI conversion. He won't need to touch this for a long time. So once there's in, all you have to do is just leave it.
Now I won't ever have to change my antifreeze again.
In the first case, you want to be looking at paddock spares and accessories since they are a stockist in the UK and a mail order. For those who are a bit further away from the UK, there is also a global stockist finder, so check it out.